Facebook didn't add flexible ads to make marketers lazy. They added them because the algorithm changed. And if your ads feel like they're burning out faster than ever, if your winners don't last the way they used to, if one creative suddenly eats the entire budget and then dies in a week, this setting is probably why. Flexible ads are not a shortcut. They're not a testing hack. They're a structural response to Andromeda. And if you don't understand what Andromeda changed, you'll use flexible ads completely wrong. So before we talk about what to click inside Ads Manager, we need to talk about what actually happened inside Meta's algorithm. To understand flexible ads, you have to understand Andromeda. Andromeda is Meta's newer distribution logic. It fundamentally changed how ad spend gets allocated inside an ad set. Before Andromeda, you could launch 10 creatives inside a single ad set and reasonably expect them to get somewhat balanced delivery over time. You could micro test hooks, angles, thumbnails, headlines, and slowly allow the system to identify a winner. That's not how it works anymore. Post Andromeda, the system moves aggressively. It identifies what it believes is the strongest creative signal early and pushes budget toward it rapidly. Instead of evenly distributing spend across variations, it concentrates spend on one or two assets almost immediately. This has two major consequences. First, micro iterations don't behave the way they used to. If you upload 10 slightly different ads, you're not guaranteed meaningful delivery across all 10. The system may pick one or two and starve the rest before they even gather statistically useful data. Second, ad fatigue happens faster. When one creative absorbs most of the spend, frequency rises faster. That creative reaches the same segment of your audience more quickly, and performance begins to decline sooner. Before Andromeda, I would run campaigns for local service businesses and test 8 to 10 variations in a single ad set. I could observe performance trends over days or weeks. Now, if you launch 10 creatives, one might immediately absorb 70 to 80% of the budget within the first 48 hours. If that one burns out quickly, your performance drops fast. That's not a creative problem. That's distribution logic, and flexible ads were introduced as a way to work with that shift instead of fighting it. Now let's clarify something, because this is where most advertisers misunderstand the feature. Flexible ads are not dynamic creative 2.0. They are not about mixing and matching headlines and images randomly. They are about rotating formats within a single structured ad unit. Under flexible ads, one ad unit can contain multiple media assets, single images, videos, and carousel formats, all tied to the same core message and destination. Instead of launching separate ads for each format, you allow Meta to rotate formats within a unified creative structure. Think of it like this. Instead of running 5 separate ads, one video, one image, one carousel, you build one flexible ad that includes all 3 formats. Meta then determines which format performs best for each user within the same ad framework. This matters because Andromeda favors stronger consolidated signals. Meta now prefers fewer, stronger ad units instead of dozens of fragmented creatives competing internally. Flexible ads allow you to give Meta creative diversity without fragmenting your signal across multiple ad IDs. It's a structural adaptation to how distribution works. Now, let's talk about the real reason Meta rolled this out. It wasn't for convenience. It was to support Andromeda's creative prioritization model. Meta wants fewer ad units, each with stronger internal variation. It wants to optimize across formats while maintaining a unified signal. Instead of you launching 10 separate ads and forcing the algorithm to choose one, flexible ads allow you to group similar creatives into one consolidated structure. And here's the key shift you need to internalize. You are no longer optimizing individual ads. You are optimizing creative systems. When I ran campaigns for Online Profits AI after Andromeda, I stopped thinking in terms of which image wins. I started thinking in terms of which message cluster wins. We would keep the messaging consistent, but rotate format, short video, static image, carousel, why inside one flexible ad. This allowed the ad to live longer because Meta could shift format delivery without abandoning the entire creative concept. That's the difference, and you're extending longevity without restarting learning. Now, here's where most people mess this up. They treat flexible ads like a junk drawer. They throw completely different concepts into one flexible ad, different offers, different hooks, different angles, a different buyer intent. And then they wonder why performance tanks. Flexible ads are not everything goes in one bucket. If you mix creatives that attract different types of buyers, you dilute signal clarity, and the algorithm struggles to understand what your ad is actually about. For example, I've seen local businesses run one flexible ad that includes a roofing offer in one creative and an HVAC promotion in another. Those are two different buyer intents, two different problems, two different mental states. Meta cannot optimize effectively if your ad unit contains conflicting signals. Flexible ads require tight creative clustering. If the creatives don't target the same person at the same stage with the same core message, they do not belong together. The rule is simple: similar creatives only. Same product, same landing page, same core message, same buyer intent. The variations should be subtle. Color differences, background changes, headline tweaks, video versus static, minor hook framing shifts. But the foundational message must remain consistent. When I tested creatives for the local lead gen masterclass, we kept the promise identical. The transformation stayed the same. The only variations were background color, image framing, and slight headline adjustments. Because the core offer didn't change, Meta could rotate formats without confusion. That extended the lifespan of the ad while protecting performance. Flexible ads are about format diversity, not conceptual diversity. Let me be very clear about this. Do not use flexible ads for different products, different landing pages, and different buyer intents, different funnel stages, different audience psychology. If one creative speaks to someone researching kitchen remodels and another speaks to someone ready to book exterior painting, those belong in separate ad sets. If one creative promotes a webinar and another promotes a product purchase, those belong in separate ad units. If the buyer mindset changes, the ad structure should change. Flexible ads are about format optimization within a unified message, not offer experimentation. So when should you actually use this? Use flexible ads when you have a proven concept, you want to extend longevity, you want to scale without burning out a single creative, you want format diversity without restarting learning. Do not use flexible ads when you're testing brand new angles, you're testing completely different hooks, you're unsure about messaging, you're targeting multiple distinct audiences. And for example, when I launched the AI Business Launch Challenge, we had already validated the core hook. We knew the angle resonated. So instead of launching 10 separate ads, we built one flexible ad containing multiple formats that all reinforce the same message. We scaled the message, not the chaos. Now let's talk structure. Inside Ads Manager, choose flexible format. Add 2 to 10 media assets. Separate images from videos if possible. Keep messaging consistent across assets. For copy, give Meta options, but stay aligned. Up to 5 primary texts, up to 5 headlines, up to 5 descriptions, but all of them should reinforce the same promise. Destination. 1 URL only. Do not mix landing pages. Turn off multi-advertiser ads. Turn off creative testing inside this ad unit. Be cautious with Advantage plus Creative if your funnel is complex. Keep it clean. Think system, not chaos. There's no special budget requirement. You don't need a separate campaign type. You can drop flexible ads directly into your prospecting CBO like any other ad unit. And the difference is structural, not financial. Here's what matters most. You are no longer optimizing individual ads. You are optimizing creative systems. Andromeda rewards consolidated strength. Flexible ads allow you to give meta format diversity while preserving signal clarity. If you treat them like a testing playground, you'll lose performance. If you treat them like a longevity tool, you'll scale more smoothly. Meta didn't remove your ability to win. It changed how you have to think. If you're serious about improving ad performance in this new environment, you cannot rely on 2022 strategies in a 2026 algorithm. Flexible ads are not magic. They are structural, and when used correctly, they protect your winners instead of killing them. If you want deeper strategy around ad structure, messaging clusters, and scaling systems that connect to real businesses, that's exactly what we implement inside Online Profits AI. If you want to integrate ads with CRM, pipeline tracking, and follow-up automation, that's what the high-level masterclass focuses on. But regardless of where you learn it, remember this: you don't beat Andromeda by launching more ads. You beat it by building better systems. And if this clarified flexible ads for you, I'll see you in the next one.
You got a local bricks and mortar, but your sales are in disorder. You just trying to make $1, but you end up with a quarter. You got needs, you need leads, but nothing's sprouting from your seeds. You were hoping to see luck, but you just ended up with weeds. Post on social all day long, thinking sales will come on strong, but your calendar is